DJ.
Hey.
Oh man, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are the Sci-Fi Nerds, and we're back with another awesome show tonight. And this time, we're going to be reviewing the Gamera Rebirth anime season 1, which was a really, really good anime. I was really excited about it, watching it, and I do have some thoughts on it, which I'm sure we all do. But it was a really, really great anime. And before we start the show, this is dedicated to Serge. I'm not sure he's going to be able to make it. And also, Doris, we hope you get well. We miss you both tonight. But we'll go ahead and start it off. I'm one of the hosts. I am Donald.
I'm DJ.
Remy.
And we are the Sci-Fi Nerds. And so tonight we're going to discuss Gamera, which was a really, really awesome anime. Nick, I'm not sure if you were able to finish watching it, but from viewing the anime, how excited were you to see Gamera back on the big screen?
I was happy, yes, but also I was expecting it to be like somewhat of Singular Point, where there was not that many Godzilla appearances and it was just all people talking. But I'm actually enjoying it for the episodes that I'm in right now. I actually want to continue watching it.
Yeah, that's good. And you definitely see Gamera every episode. Unlike the Singular Point, which I'm not going to crap on the Singular Point, but I feel like if Singular Point does a second season, they should take a lot of pointers from Gamera. And
Tell needs to get their shit together.
Yeah.
When it comes to their anime, they need to start getting their shit together.
And I mean, in Gamera, it's only 6 episodes, but the episodes are really long, so it doesn't feel rushed. That's one thing that I did like about this anime. It definitely doesn't feel rushed. It has a really, really good story. It has some really, really good characters. And before we, actually get into all that, DJ, how excited were you to see Gamera back on the big screen?
Well, like I said before with the trailers, I mean, it looked really good from what I saw in the trailers and everything. So I'm definitely excited to see it whenever I get a chance to.
Oh gosh, it was real good seeing it back on the. It was real good seeing it back on the big screen. What's up, boy? It was real good. But it was real good seeing it. I think you're on mute, Remy. Oh, there you go, Remy. Remy's back. Remy, how excited were you to be able to see Gam back on the big screen?
Well, first and
not very excited, obviously.
Yeah, not very. Yeah, of course not. No, I was like, Gamera, who cares? Moving on. I'm gonna go.
It's not Baragon, so
yeah, it's not. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You just got it. It's not Baragon, so why would I care? Nah. I think like everybody else, I was excited because like the first image we had of the anime, I was like, oh, okay, we're gonna get an anime, nice. And then when I found out it was 3D animated, I was like, cool, but please don't look like garbage. And then when I finally saw it, I was like, okay, this works. I like the animation in some parts. We'll get to it later, but I was very excited to see this. And when I think the first episode, I was like, okay. Like at the very end of the first episode, I thought to myself, okay, we're good. All right, everything's good. We're cool. All right. I just needed to see how the fighting was gonna take out with Gamera. I was like, all right, how's the Kaiju action gonna look? And then I saw him take on Gauss. I was like, okay, we're good. Oh, thank God. We're not doing any Singular Point BS. We're like, oh, we're gonna show them fighting for like a little bit. And then that's it. That's the end of the series. Goodbye, guys. None of that garbage. So at least I didn't do that. But yeah, no, watching the entire series, I thought it was really good. I thought, like Donald said, it had some good characters in it, had some great Kaiju action. Gamera was cool. His opponents were all really cool. It was great to see some of the Showa Kaiju come back.
Yeah.
And the story also had a couple twists and turns that I wasn't really expecting. I was like, oh,
yeah, me too.
Wasn't expecting that. So like, it
was there a kid named Kenny in there?
No, there's no Kenny in this.
Dang it. He didn't survive.
Dang it. Yay. I don't need no Kenny in Gamera anime. God. Yeah, I need a little kid running around a Gamera anime like, yeah, great. Freaking ruin it.
Well, I'll say this. First and foremost, I mean, the animation was really, really cool. Doris did point this out. Just a prime example, when you see them riding their bikes, you can actually see and feel them turning, which I thought was really, really cool. Really, really cool details. And then I'm not sure how far you guys got, Nick and DJ. Let's see who we have. The name is saying Facebook user, so I'm not sure who you are, but hello, whoever you are, hello.
I probably feel like Doris knows this person.
Yeah, okay. It could be, because I know Doris says she's going to be down for the count tonight, which is fine. And we definitely got to get her thoughts on it.
Doris.
So we definitely going to have to get her on one day and get her thoughts on this particular episode. But the animation was really, really cool. I was really, really impressed. And Remy, I actually want to go back to what you said. This is nothing like Singular Point. Though at times I will say a lot of these Gamera episodes started really, really slow. Well, most of them did. I'll say most of them did, to me, in my opinion. But that wasn't really a big issue or a big deal to me. But the detail of Gamera was really, really awesome. Gauss was really, really awesome. Of course, we'll get into the monsters in a minute. But one of the things that really did stand out to me was the animation. I thought that with the colors, it was able to catch my attention right away. And so I thoroughly enjoyed it. And it wasn't a dark theme. It wasn't like really, really dark. And that's what I love, not only about this, but I love it about the Skull Island anime as well. That was a really, really cool anime. So those who are watching, those who have not checked out the Kong anime, is really, really good. I actually like those. I like the Kong one better than the Gamera and the Singular Point, actually. That's how good it was to me. But Nick, so far since you've been watching Gamera, what has stood out to you so far about this anime?
Well, you want to get into that? I've never seen so much cursing in my life in an anime. Nor have I seen so much gore.
Yeah, you haven't watched a lot of anime.
No, I'm like, if this is what I see.
Nick, there's like gore in almost every anime.
But it's catching me off guard, and I'm liking it a lot. I can actually appeal. I am a Godzilla fan, yes, but this is way better than Singular Point.
Yeah, it smashes Singular Point.
Yes, it does.
I like it. It's actually catching my attention. And Gamera, yes, his design, phenomenal. The Gauss, phenomenal. So far, that's all I've seen. I saw the Gauss and the one that looks like the Gauss in the water. Only on like episode 3 or 4.
That's Zigra, right?
Yeah, it's Zigra.
Yeah.
Like, my God, the way they look, you could turn this into a whole movie. You might as well.
Yeah.
Like the animation and everything is fantastic.
Yeah. Zigra, I think, is episode 3. Jiger is episode 2. And
Hey, girl.
I'm looking rough and I could fall asleep on broken glass right now, but I can't be letting anybody diss my gam.
Okay.
Yep. Well, that's what Remy was doing, so he came in.
Lay off me, all right?
No.
Surge is here, okay? This is my time for a break.
Oh man.
Oh god.
What about you, DJ? What stuck out to you the most in this Gamera Rebirth anime?
You haven't seen it.
Oh, you haven't seen it. So you didn't start.
No.
Okay,
I told you. That's what I said.
Said in the beginning, he said I haven't watched it.
I misread what he wrote in the group earlier.
Oh, okay.
I thought he said he started it, but that was Nick that said he started it.
No, yeah.
My bad, DJ.
Remember, DJ's got
right. We look exactly alike, so I mean, it's understandable.
Both
You
got
just
the
got a more
beard.
stylish
Both
beard
got
than
the
I do.
beard going on, so we couldn't tell.
Oh man! All right, what about you, Remy?
I think what stood out to me is like I think kind of the same thing with Nick. I was kind of surprised, taken aback by how like I don't know, kind of like violent the anime was, because I was like, oh, I know a lot of anime are violent, and I know Gamera isn't one to shy away from violence either. I mean, look at the Showa series; they have like people getting eaten and kaiju getting mutilated and that. But like, I was kind of taken aback with like how much like blood and stuff like that was like showing.
Squish.
Exactly. Like, there's a later episode where somebody gets like crushed by a kaiju, and you actually see the blood trail, like as the kaiju moves their hand away from it. I'm like, oh god. I'm like, damn. That's a tough way to
Crush
go.
ain't even the word.
Yeah, squish, smush,
Yeah, it was a lot of squishing. going on.
pancake. I don't know. Come up.
That was my favorite in the first episode. I was watching it when it came out, and like the first fight scene when they're smaller. When they're smaller and they're flying by him, and he's kind of like you do when you're at a picnic and there's like flies going by. He's just doing this, and he grabs the one, and he goes, and I was like, squish. I mean, you see all the stuff coming down his hand, and I'm like, yes.
Yeah, I did that to a lot of the baby gals. He was just like, oh, come here.
Yeah, just squish.
It was like Kong and guys over Kong where he crushed the heave. He just like wipes his hand.
Yeah.
Well, he made quite an impact. Gamera did in episode 1, and I knew right then, Doris, what you were talking about when you were saying squish, because you were saying that before I had even started the anime.
Yeah, I wasn't going to give it away for anybody.
I was like, I knew right then what you were talking about, and you really touched on the animation too, Doris, which was really on point. I love the animation. Like it was awesome. It's almost as if you was traveling with them, whether they were walking, they're in a car, they're on a bike. Like
the bike scene, I didn't even say anything to you. And when they're going up the hill, they gave it enough of a 3D look without it being over accentuated. I liked that. I liked the attention to detail for the time period. You know, when it was supposed to be taking place, like when you look at him sitting down for the TV, it's a big old box TV. It's not a flat screen or anything. It's time period sensitive. When they're in the arcade, you see Sega games and stuff like that. It was spot on for where they were trying to put it in the timeline, and I loved the attention to detail. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but when they're going past the electronics shop, and they're looking in the window, and they pan back like this, and you're looking at street level. The cafe next door is the Green Turtle.
I didn't see that. I didn't catch that. I didn't catch that. I caught the Sega game.
Green Turtle, which is actually, I looked it up, and there's more than one, but there is a Green Turtle cafe.
I caught the Sega games when they were hiding in the game machines. I caught that. That was awesome.
Yep.
I like that. And then
Outrun. I'm going, oh my Lord, I'm dating myself because I know all these games.
And they had the Baby Gam. That was cool too. But Doris, since we have you here, I'm not sure how long we'll have you, but what were some of the things that stuck out to you that you really enjoyed in this Gamera anime that you weren't expecting?
Okay, how far are we going? First episode of the whole thing?
No, you just give a
whole thing.
Okay. So I don't want to spill it for those that haven't seen it. I was impressed, A, with the animation, B, and this is my standpoint, and I've said this before early on when we first, became a group. You got to take into consideration this is just somebody's interpretation. It may not be your interpretation. Maybe somebody else liked it, somebody else doesn't, and everybody's entitled to their opinions. I loved it. I mean, yes, am I a little biased? Yeah, but I watched them all, and I was pleasantly surprised how they introduced the different kaiju, but it all tied together. It wasn't just this happened today. This happened today. It was a storyline that if you watch from beginning to end, by around 4 or 5, it's making so much sense. You're going, okay, this isn't just another bad guy movie, this kind of thing. Hi, Pam.
Pam.
Hello, Pam.
Hey, girl.
So I love that. I will say the only part that I didn't like, but understandably, if I had to say one thing negative about any of it as a whole is, here comes a bad guy. We're going to get beat. It was a little too predictable that Gam was going to come in and save the day. They made it a little too predictable. That I didn't like.
I don't know. I'm kind of a sucker for that kind of cliche where Kaiju's about to show up and then, here comes the hero Kaiju right in the time. I mean, it's a cliche that I like. I mean, I understand because like the 4th or 5th episode, I'm like, oh no, what's gonna happen? Is Gamera gonna show up? Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
I'm like, good. He's gonna show up. He's gonna.
They got attacked. I'm like, I know Gam's gonna show up.
Yeah.
Like just in the nick of time.
Yeah. Exactly.
But for me, I was really, really excited and thrilled about the animation. The past couple of projects, and Doris, me and you talked about this, from what we've seen just from the animations has been so cool. Like from the Spider-Verse and what they did with the last one, even with the Ninja Turtles, I love that animation. And then here, this animation was really, really cool. So I was really, really big in animation. So Nick, I know you haven't gotten through all the episodes. I know, DJ, you haven't started yet. But we have a few characters. We have Amiko, Bako, Junichi, Brody, Joe, and Tazaki. So, Nick, which character so far, and if you don't have an answer for it, that's okay, because I know you haven't got through it. Which character so far is your favorite, and which character so far is your least favorite?
My least favorite, obviously, is the bully that took their money.
Okay.
Brody.
Yeah.
That's Brody. He beat his pants.
Honestly, it's blowing my mind, but the female, the little girl that's like so intelligent.
Janice, okay.
Yeah.
That you don't realize she is. That was funny.
Yeah, you don't realize that.
No, yeah, I was like, what?
Until like later, they're like, yeah, girls talk, and Brody's just like, what?
Yep. That was
a girl. You didn't know
a
that?
good twist.
Oh no, I picked it up at the first episode. I'm like, that's a female.
I couldn't. I was like,
I think if you're watching the dub, it's pretty obvious that she's a girl. But I think if you're watching the Japanese, it's a little bit difficult. So I could tell.
Yeah, I was totally. My favorite would be, because I've gotten through it. So my favorite was Joe. I liked the Joe's character a lot. I'm not going to go into detail with his backstory since you guys haven't seen it, but he was my favorite. He actually reminded me of you, Remy. Joe did. He did. And then my least favorite was, of course, it was. I don't want to give it away because I haven't seen it, but she's a female character. That was my least favorite. She really, like, I wanted to slap her. Like, I just couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it.
You felt so betrayed. Why?
I felt betrayed, Remy. That really hurt my heart, man.
So, which of you have seen it in its entirety?
Me and Don have seen its entirety. Nick is almost through it.
Surge is not here.
So without giving it away, I'm just going to say the last episode, don't lie to me and say you didn't get all emotional.
Who, me?
Any of you, okay?
I got emotional, but I didn't tear up at all.
No, I don't mean tear up, but you were like,
I was like,
no.
I got emotional, and that emotion sat with me until the post-credit scene.
Yeah, so was I. I was
that emotion went away after the post-credit scene. I was like, okay, I'm good. But yes, I was, Doris. You're right.
Well, my reaction was, I was just like, what the hell? Why? Are you serious? And then at the very end, I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Okay. All right, fine. You win me over, show. All right, fine.
Yeah, I that emotion did sit with me. So, well, DJ, I'm going to bring it to you. I know you haven't seen it, so I'm just going to throw you a curveball.
The puppers.
Hey, y'all.
The puppers. The doggos.
They have to make their weekly appearance.
So DJ, just by what we're talking about now in its totality, what is something you're looking forward to in this anime when you do get a chance to watch it?
Well, it sounds like it's got some brutality to it, so I'm looking forward to that. Because, I mean, the Heisei era, kind of introduced that to the Gamera, which was pretty nice, compared to the Showa era, which was, extremely kid-friendly.
Yeah.
So, and I know I like the animation style from what I saw in the trailers and stuff, and like I said, it looked very reminiscent of the Ultraman series, so that's appealing to me. Sad that there's no Itchy or Kenny to cry about Gamera all day long, but I can manage.
Hey, he was wearing shorts, but they were knee-length shorts.
Yeah.
See, not the same. Gotta have the yellow hat, tiny short.
They weren't wearing those little suspender ass huggers.
And I will say this: I like the fact that we saw Gamera in every episode. He didn't like carry over. We didn't see him here and there. We saw him like every single episode. One thing I do wish though, that I wish the fights were a little bit longer. Though they were cool, I just wish they were a little bit longer, because I'm not surprised by the gore that I see in the anime. I was surprised by the gore I saw in this particular anime, which made it even better. And Doris, a lot of things you pointed out, I was like, crap. I knew right then, like everything you were talking about. So I was really excited about that. And
Which was your favorite villain?
Oh, Giron. Giron was my favorite. I
have to go with Giron too.
Like,
he was freaking awesome.
That was the first Gamera movie I actually saw. So I'm a bit biased when it comes to Giron, but when I immediately saw his appearance, he was my favorite. Like he was, to me, I thought he was Gamera's toughest.
He was like a rhino on crack.
Yeah, Nick, the villain we're talking about is the Kaiju that has like the knife head.
Okay, yes, I've seen him a couple times in pictures.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. Like if you've gotten, I think Giron shows up episode 4. So if you,
I'll tell you exactly what episode I'm on.
Okay, yeah. Tell me.
He's like a Swiss Army knife. I like him. He was really.
Because I know he's in episode 4, and I know.
But the way they gave him his ability was, it made more sense.
Yes, that was.
Hi, random roommate.
Oh, he's leaving. He waved though.
I'm on episode 3.
Okay, so you're on Zigra then.
Zigra,
yeah. So Giron is the next villain you're going to see in episode.
Which wasn't a bad concept in and of itself.
What, Zigra?
Yeah, the way they did that.
Oh, yeah, no, I like Zigra. I like
how they did all the monsters. I thought all the monsters had cool updates.
Yeah,
they were interesting, and it's good that because we saw, in the Showa and Heisei, we've seen these monsters before, but it's really, really cool to give them an updated look and an updated version with cool abilities. And I like the fact that we still know who those monsters is. They didn't update them too much or do anything too crazy with them, because we still knew exactly who those monsters were. But Giron Doors he was my favorite. Giron. What about you, Remy? Who was your favorite monster? Well, you said Giron, right?
Yeah, I said Giron too, because of that. Because I thought he was like the most like mobile out of all the other kaiju. And I just thought he had a really cool design. I liked like his color scheme. I like the fact that his kind of saw actually opened up to reveal his mouth.
Yeah, he almost had like the Stranger Things kind of.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it kind of reminded me of that kaiju in Pacific Rim, the one that had like the mouth and then it opens up and there's kaiju. I liked it. They kind of reminded me of him. And I like the fact too that at times in that episode when you heard him roaring, it really sounded really familiar to his Showa roar.
It did. You pointed out
like that kind of like roar, that laugh or whatever he had. Like it sounded very similar to that.
Yeah,
it did. What about you, Doris? Who was your favorite?
That's a tough one. I like Giron too. I can't say it without giving it away. I like Gauss, but the mature Gauss.
Okay, I got that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I got that.
Yeah. Gauss.
Yeah,
I don't know. You can come up
that
with
was a good
names.
one. But Giron, he kind of reminded. He was almost like the behaviors reminded me of like a badger. A badger that's getting PO'd in the middle of and just put a big old.
How did badger don't give a shit?
And then he had that ability to like shoot the stars too.
Yeah,
like exactly in the show movie too. He did that too in the
catches him right in the eyeball.
Yeah, kind of.
Now that caught me off guard. I was not expecting. Like crap.
I was like, ah, damn. Gamera got deathstroked. Oh no.
Yeah. And
Like,
there were a lot of scenes I noticed that they did that happened in the True Gamma series, and I thought that was a nice tip of the hat to the original writings.
Yes.
You know, there were just bits and pieces that paid tribute to the originals, and I liked that.
Yeah.
Again, I don't want to elaborate because not everybody's seen it. So they can
Right.
pick it out for themselves.
Right. So DJ, we give you something to look forward to, man. I know you're gonna absolutely love it.
Yeah.
I mean, I definitely loved it, and I mean, all the monsters designed in this anime, DJ and Nick, were awesome. I mean, Gamera and Doris, before we went live, I actually was telling him I had a coworker of mine. He was actually sitting next to me watching Gamera, and he got so into it that he was gonna go home and check it out and watch it. And I mean, he loved the appearance of Gamera, and he was like, "Oh crap, it's a snapping turtle."
Yes, it is. It's a
And
snapping turtle with a bad attitude.
yeah, Mr.
Oh.
Adrian, how you doing, brother?
Oh, has he? So those of you that haven't gotten through it, that was the additional ability that I thought was great, where he gets himself going and his shell side blades, and he becomes like a saw. I was like, okay, that's good.
Okay, he got a fatality in there.
Yeah, several fatalities in there.
Slice.
But this one was off the chain.
Yeah.
Sliced him right down the middle, man.
Wait, can I give it away?
Yeah,
Nick,
go
can I
ahead.
give it away? Okay, so when he's fighting Guron, Gamera literally like puts in all his like legs and stuff like that, and then he shoots out the rockets and he starts spinning around, right? He gets him to the air, all of a sudden you see him turn sideways, and you see Guron like go towards him, and Gamera like this goes boom and cuts Guron in half in midair, and you just see both his body like
he becomes a table. He becomes
a table saw basically, and just slices him in half. It's cool though, because I was literally thinking about that a while back. I was like thinking, I'm like, you know what? Gamera's never killed an opponent like that. He's never killed an opponent by going sideways and then slicing them in half like that.
But if you notice,
I'm like, oh yes,
the ridges on his shell bladed out.
Yeah,
they did move.
I saw that too.
And they retracted. So it was a new and advanced attack, if you will, where the shell comes down and it's got the points. When he geared up for this, it came out like a switchblade, like shink.
Yeah.
So I wonder if the table saw, you know.
Yeah, I wonder if those actually were like made for like aerodynamic movements instead. Maybe to like help them like redirect and stuff like that.
No, but if I ever build another GAM suit, it gives me a great idea for some pneumatics on the side. Shink.
Oh, yeah.
Heck yeah, I was
like here.
That.
It's like here, you press this right here.
Yeah,
comes out.
It's definitely possible.
Yeah, he had some pretty awesome finishers.
I was surprised too when Gamera grabbed a chair and then smacked a Kaiju with it. I was like, what the hell did you get a chair, Kaiju?
On the chair.
Exactly.
And he basically adversity in this as well, where you're like, okay, how is he going to get out of this? Like, for example, with Guron, he turns into a spinning saw, basically. And, I mean, so, and he bleeds. He's a bleeder. So they have that in this as well. But, I mean, it was really, really good to see Gamera. I know you haven't gotten through it all the way, Nick, but what are some of your favorite features and moves by Gamera?
As far as I've seen is his fireball and his flying, which amazes me. It really amazes me with all the detail.
Surge wants in.
Okay, I'm trying to get him in.
Surge.
I like the detail where he goes to send his fire and you see it coming up from his chest.
Yeah,
I like that.
That was a very nice effect.
It kind of reminds me of King Ghidorah in King of Monsters, where you see the lightning coming up from his neck and then he spurts it out.
Yeah.
Remind me
and
of
also where like how he could rapidly shoot the fireballs.
Yeah.
Like
like to shoot them like a freaking machine gun.
A Roman candle.
Yeah. Imagine if they apply that to a live action movie. That would have been good to see.
Monsterverse. Get on it.
The
Big facts. Listen, you got the whole thing.
Done is what-
The show is giving you what to do.
Exactly. Well,
it.
the only
he
problem
did
is that
do
they
the
do
he
race
did do
for
a rapid shot in the Guardian of the Universe.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that scene. It was both when him and Gallus were like flying over the city and you just see him like spread out 3 at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I think that might have been a reference to that scene where he did that.
I'm trying to get you in, Serge.
I'm not going to stay the whole time, though, guys, because I'm like,
No, that's fine.
but I wanted to say hi.
Yeah, I know.
So
You're
bring
good.
in Serge and
just quickly, since we've been talking about brutal animes and things like that, some suggestions that you guys could check out. Guyver, either series.
Yes.
Gantz, that one's really brutal. And classic one, Fist of the North Star.
Hey,
Serge.
let's get this party started.
This
What
year.
was that, DJ?
I like turtles.
Guyver, there's 2 different series. One's newer than the other one. Both are very good. Gantz, Gantz.
Mhm.
That one's going to mess with your mind. And then classic one is Fists of the North Star.
It's a North Star.
So
I don't think my mind can take much more.
Guyver is basically a much more brutal Blue Beetle, almost.
Blue Beetle wishes it was like that.
I know. That's why I said it's much more brutal than Blue Beetle.
Oh god.
Guyver's so much better.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
So, but
Guyver is a lot cooler, I feel like.
yeah, Gantz, like I said, Gantz is going to mess with you. The whole concept of it is just crazy.
Serge, we're glad to have you on. We were just basically, Nick is in the process of watching Gamera Rebirth, and DJ, he hasn't seen it yet, so we've kind of been filling him in with not too much, but just enough to keep them interested. Which Nick is already interested, and I know DJ will as well. Doris, you have anything? Go ahead, Doris.
Serge, tag me in because I got to jump off early.
There you go. You
Okay.
got it.
All right.
All right. Bye, Doris.
Hi, Doris.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take your place.
There you go.
All right. But yeah, Serge, we talked about characters, we talked about our monsters, and just to catch you up a little bit, what were some of the things you enjoyed about the Gamera Rebirth anime? From the characters, from your favorite monster, from the animation, what were some of the things that you enjoyed about Gamera Rebirth?
I think overall, I mean, like the animation is great. It's unique, definitely. It looks good. It's funny. I found myself thinking, it's nice just to watch a normalish looking cartoon.
Mhm.
I like that. It's very bright. Not much dark stuff going on. Honestly, I think the best part is the story. Like the story just as I was going along, I got kids. Like I don't see stuff. I don't see anything until like late night. After they all go to bed and stuff. Donald, I know you know what that's like. We're probably watching stuff at the same time, and I didn't want to put it down. Because the story kept getting more and more crazy, more and more jacked up. That it really held my attention. It was really sometimes left you wondering, and then it does get crazier, which was awesome. I appreciated that there was plot twists and things like that, which you guys will see as you go through the series. But I thought that was really good. Apart from that, I mean, just like the kaiju action was killer. I thought the characters were good. I thought the characters were really good. I mean, even in like just the first episode, I thought some of those kids are way too smart for their own good. And they do a good job of making it like that. So I thought it was fun. Like I really thought it was fun. Yeah, I can't wait till the next episodes. Actually,
Yeah, the kids and the kids in this particular anime actually played a big role, so that's what I enjoyed.
this is the only kid related kaiju stuff that I've actually enjoyed like having kids in. Other than that, I'm
Yeah.
usually like with the kids and stuff like that.
What's wrong, Serge? You didn't like the kid in Godzilla's Revenge?
No, he was a wuss. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I usually don't care for kids in kaiju movies. And that's what we're really talking about.
And
Gamera.
you didn't like Kenny or Itchy in the original Gamera movies?
No. Yeah. Just
He's like,
somebody
God,
eat him.
no.
Somebody eat him.
Well, Gauss did try to eat one of them.
Yeah, he did.
The kids in this was actually cool. Like they had a cool story. They had their own characters. You know, you can remember their names. I can remember their names, which I thought was cool. I couldn't tell you the kid's name in Godzilla's Revenge. Like I don't remember.
Yeah, little piece of that's his name.
Bro,
That's what I call him.
but yeah, it was cool. Like I said, I dug these kids. They were cool. Like I wouldn't want to get rid of them.
They were good kids. They just tampered too much. Tampered in the wrong.
Yeah, you know, but at least they were cool about it.
Yeah,
you
they
know?
were cool. They were cool.
They were
They were
about it.
cool.
They remind me of like the Goonies or something like that.
That's true. Yeah, I saw him. Yeah.
What was your favorite monsters, Serge?
How do you say his name? Giron?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Giron was crazy.
Yeah. We all picked Giron.
Especially because I remember, like, I don't remember what movie he came out in with Gamera, right? But I remember him from when I was little and thinking, oh, it's the dude with the knife head. You know, when I was a kid, and then seeing him now, damn, that was awesome. And that was killer. So that was definitely my favorite. I loved what they did with him. They made, I think everybody, they just made him so not cheesy and so, as real as you can be for a kaiju cartoon, right?
Yeah. Totally love to see Guran take on Godzilla. I feel like that would be cool.
The what?
I totally love to see Guiron take on Godzilla. I think that would be a pretty cool fight. Godzilla's like trying to catch him. He's like jumping around, like, stop freaking jumping.
Except Godzilla's got the tail, though.
That is true. He does.
Yeah, he's got the tail. He's got the quick tail.
I will say, I'm not sure it's an unpopular opinion. I think just watching this anime, because Gamera and Godzilla have different styles, it'll be a good fight. But I think if the fight goes on, I think Godzilla will get the best of Gamera. But that's not a knock on Gamera, but just based off what I've seen from the anime and how Gamera's built. This is a really good anime. And like I said before, this is way better than Singular Point. And Singular Point needs to take note because I watched Skull Island, and Skull Island to me is the best anime, and then Gamera's right behind it. But Singular Point is
Have you?
Go ahead, Remy. Go ahead.
Okay. Have you checked out Pacific Rim: The Black yet, Don?
I saw a post on that today.
You need to check that out. There's only 2 seasons, but that's also really good. That's
I'm still on the first season.
Yeah.
Pacific Rim. Okay, send me that
Pacific Rim Black. It's on Netflix too, by the way, though.
I was telling DJ before I start, I'm going to do Ultraman. I'm going to start on that tonight as well.
I'll send you the name. I'll send you later. It's like
okay.
Pacific Rim Black. I think it's really good. I think season 1's better than season 2, but overall, I thought it was a really good.
You was impressed with it?
Yeah, I was still really impressed with it. Yeah,
Singular Point was just too.
It was too complex. The story.
I'm not smart enough for that show.
Exactly. It was just like, here, let me explain the interdimensionalness.
Yeah, I didn't like.
I don't care. Just give me the Godzilla. Shut up and get out of my face.
I don't think I've ever had to rewind anything so much. Just to get like.
I was at least struggling to finish shit. I was just like, oh my god.
So, Nick, so far, based off what you've seen from the anime, what's been your favorite episode so far of Gamera?
I hate that show. Yeah, Nick.
Yeah, you Nick. Yeah. What's been your favorite episode so far?
The other Nick.
I didn't know who he was talking to.
Nick Jr.
No, not yet. Not yet.
Nickelodeon.
Honestly, the first episode, because it gave the storyline of Gamera.
Mhm.
You showed Gamera,
Mm-hmm.
and then the Gauss were just that was brutal. I seen it
Yeah.
all. I was like, you just cut somebody's hand off. Number one. Number two, you just fought for one person and split him in half.
You just ate
And
somebody.
And
You
people
saw
are
somebody
jumping
just
out
like-
the window and you're eating them.
Well, the Gauss were really, really brutal. Like you really
They were super brutal.
I think it's the most brutal episode in terms of like that.
Yeah, they were literally eating people. Like those cops, they ate those cops in the alley.
Yeah.
And then also those that what was this? Was it the second episode where those tongues shot out through the hole? It just went directly. I'm like,
yeah.
Okay.
I think those were his tails, but yeah, no, that was brutal too.
But yeah, I say
Just
the
like,
first episode,
like
I
got
say
him in
the
the
first
head.
episode, it had everything that you could actually grasp on how Gamera became Gamera.
Very horror-esque.
Yeah, that's a great answer, Nick. I like the answer. What about you, Remy? What was your favorite episode from the Gamera anime?
That's hard. There's a lot of good ones.
No, that's okay, Remy. That's okay.
I think probably it's like a tie-up between the Guron episode and maybe like the how Remy smiling. Right? Hello.
I don't know what all.
But anyway, it's like a toss-up between the Guron episode and maybe the Jiger episode. Because like, don't get me wrong, I like the last episode too. I just thought that Guron and Jiger were cooler enemies than what Gamera fought in the last episode. Because
that's actually my least favorite episode. The last one.
Really?
It's good, but it's my least.
Yeah, I kind of felt that too. I was just kind of disappointed by like the last Kaiju. I was just like, oh, that's it. I'm like, you could have come up with something better.
Yeah,
something better.
Yeah, I was like, come on, guys, you got like, you didn't include, you had like other Kaiju in the freaking Showa series. You could have included like Berugon or something, or like Gyro Shark or something from that. Like freaking Iris. You could have brought in a Kaiju from the Heisei trilogy for like the final
season 2.
Probably season 2. Yeah, you're right. But yeah, it was a toss up between Guron and Jiger because those episodes I felt like had like the best Kaiju combat in them, with Gamera like taking on Guron and Gamera taking on Jiger. Like I love that scene in episode 2, which includes Jiger, is like when he's like getting close to all the tanks and stuff like that, and you think he's gonna like destroy the general and his troops and stuff. Also, you see Jiger get like dragged back, and you just see like Gamera like bam, like toss him back down on the ground. I'm like, yeah, get his ass.
Yeah,
I love his finisher too. I loved how like his fist glue up. Like DJ, you're gonna like this. Like his fist literally grew up, like, or it glowed, like in Revenge of Iris, where he had the fire fist. He does that to Jiger. Literally, he like grabs him, he like puts his fist in his mouth and like lifts him up, and then he just lets the fire like burn inside of him, and then slams it back down.
It was very Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, I was kind of disappointed. I thought I was gonna make him blow up. I thought he was gonna like.
I love when he shoots the fireball. That was very reminiscent as well when he shot the fireball and cooked the first Gauss.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Melted him.
Yep. He also killed Ziegler off in the same way.
Yeah.
which is cool now because that's how he finished off Ziegler in the original movie. He just literally threw fire and burned him.
Ziegler was the one that led to the satellite, correct?
Yeah, that's the one where they like had to lead.
I like the Guron and Ziegler a lot. Those were the two intense episodes for me. Ziegler and Guron. It was a lot of action, very, very intense. So I really, especially Guron, man, I really love how they revamped him, and we still know it's Guron, but he was really, really versatile, very, very quick. He was fast, and just like Doris mentioned, he threw a dart right in Gamera's eye, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's man. But that was a really tough fight for Gamera for the time they did fight. But the only thing is, I just wish that the fights were just a tad bit longer because all the fights happened towards the end of the episode. So,
Trey.
Trey, what's going on, brother? Yeah, how do you feel about the Gamera anime if you've seen it yet?
Oh yeah, when you over it all, you still hate Gamera.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good question, Remy. Let us know, Trey, how you feel about that. Serge, what about you? What was your favorite episode from the Gamera anime?
It's a toss-up between actually what Nick said, the first episode, and the one with Giron. Just because the one with Giron, the fight was like, that was just intense, as brutal. And also, that's the one where like a lot of crazy stuff is starting to come up.
Yeah.
I really love all of I don't know, something about the scenery of when the first episode like really starts kicking. I love all the throwback stuff of the arcade. Wow.
No, Trey, no.
Don't be like that.
I thought we had you, man. Come on, man. Oh, I get it. You know what, guys? Understand why he's like that. He's a Singer Point fan. Makes sense.
A what?
He's a Singer Point fan. He's a big fan of Singer Point, and
so we pissed him off already.
Yeah, that's why.
Sorry.
He's a big fan of the Singer Point. He's a big fan of the anime trilogy, the Godzilla anime trilogy that came out. He's one of those guys. So, sorry, Trey. We're sorry your taste is such trash, but I don't know, it's you.
Yeah, I didn't say that. Wow.
I'm kidding.
Don't be surprised if there's a knock at your door.
Okay. I'm sure dorm. What is he gonna do?
Don't leave the house until tomorrow.
I don't have a house. I'm in my dorm. Why is he gonna come to SDSU? God, crap! I gave too much information away.
You know what?
Yep.
I felt like the action went on a little longer in the first episode. Yeah. Maybe it's just me, or maybe it's just because it was the first one, but it was just killer. Like it was really awesome.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, but the one with Giron, like that was intense. And I do share. I always get this wrong. There you go, Remy. There you go. I do share your thoughts on the last fight though. At the end of the series, I felt the same way.
Yeah, that was like, come on, you had like such cool kaiju at the beginning of the series.
Yeah, once I watched the last episode, I was kind of just like I said,
Giron was better.
Yeah, I felt like the last episode was more like geared toward emotion than rather than action.
It was more like a flashback kind of episode to me.
Yeah, I could feel that too. Yeah,
it was a story closer.
Exactly. Yeah, I feel like that's why they weren't really focused on the action. They were more focused on like coming to a conclusion for this storyline in season 1, so they can make room for season 2.
You know what I thought? Like the biggest surprise was for me.
What?
Was the language? I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah,
Nick
shocked me.
that.
I was expecting straight Japanese, like singular point. Nope.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like F.
In other words, I thought my kids were gonna watch it with me. Nope.
Nope. Change that.
Oh, that's what I was talking about earlier.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I was like,
when I heard the first,
and I was helping my dad like set up his 2 monitors, and I had it playing, and they just started going off. My dad's like, "Is this a kid show?"
Not anymore.
I'm like,
watching boy.
Gaius has started eating people.
Yeah.
Which they tend to do.
Based off what you're hearing, DJ, which monster will you be looking forward to the most when you get an opportunity to view Gamera Rebirth?
Probably Giron. The Ziggler would be kind of interesting to see too. I know he was pretty problematic in the show era, so it'll be interesting to see how. Giron's just a fun one because knife head.
Yeah,
so,
You're like a Swiss Army knife.
Funny thing about Geiger is he's the newest MST 3K movie. that they reviewed.
Oh, okay.
So their newest season, they did the Gamera versus Geiger. So
Man, I can't wait until you get into it, DJ. I really want to hear I really want to hear your thoughts on it. Oh no, it pains me to say it's better than Godzilla, but still more disappointing than Aaron Rodgers' time with the Jets.
Damn.
You know what? I'll take that. As long as you say it's better than those animes, I'll take that, Trey. You earn a point in my book. I'll take that.
Yeah, that
Who's a Jets fan in here? Not I.
Not
Nope.
me. I don't
I
watch.
could care less about that stuff.
I'm a Dolphins
Exactly.
fan.
I'm a Giants.
Oh man, they were terrible. They shouldn't even put them on.
Listen, I know my team is terrible, but I still go for them.
So garbage. The Dolphins been sorry for a long time though, so I just stuck with them.
Why are you laughing, Serge? What are you, a Dallas Cowboy fan?
I'm a musician. I don't care.
There you go. Attaboy, Serge.
Yeah.
Good answer.
You like me and DJ. We don't care.
If there's, I mean, like, yeah, like I'll show up to the parties for the food and the drinks. Like, yeah.
See,
Yeah,
there you go.
I grew up on it. That's all
Yeah.
I was
The
around.
only, here, I'll
Yeah.
say this: the only reason why I even care about watching the Super Bowl is just to see what new kind of like TV spots or trailers they're coming out with. like,
Exactly.
that's the only reason why I watch the Super Bowl.
You
Anything
can watch
else-
those on YouTube afterwards.
That is true. And plus, sometimes they show them on YouTube before the Super Bowl even releases. So I'm just like, what do I care?
Yeah. I grew up like I'm a huge sports fan. I grew up around just my family in general is like big sports fan, so I know a lot about it. I grew up around it, so I enjoy it. I really enjoy it a lot.
I mean, with other Texans, it's just like I'm gonna go with whoever's from Texas. You know, it's just, whatever.
I don't even care about my own college's sports team. You think I'm going to care about sports in general?
Listen, the only sports I care about is the World Cup. My country's in it. If it's not, then I'm not watching it.
Yeah.
Or who do I always say? If it's football, I always say I'm going for the Houston Oilers, and then everybody says, yeah, Houston Oilers aren't around anymore. Exactly, I can't lose.
That's a good one.
The only sports that I'll actually stop and watch is bowling
Mhm.
or women's beach volleyball.
You know,
That's
for
a
reasons.
A legitimate sport.
The sand is very well refined during those sports,
Sorry.
right, DJ?
Oh God.
Yeah. Hey, I'm a male, okay? All right? It's not my fault that I find
You
females
are?
attractive. Jay, I swear.
Wow.
Let me have a moment here, damn it.
Where's Doris when you need her?
I feel so attacked.
Final question. Serge, out of 5 stars, how would you rate the Gamera anime?
I give it a 4. I give it a 4 because I want to see more. I'm kind of like, along with that's when you know like something's good. You know, you want to see more of it. When I got done with the Skull Island episodes, I thought, like, I want to know what happens next. And
Oh, Island is really awesome.
yeah, it's really good. And same with the Gamera series. I want to know what comes next. Like, I'm interested. So for that, I give it a 4 to 5. I mean, it's fun to watch. It's got a good story. It's got lots of twists and turns. I don't think it's very. It's not predictable, which I appreciate. And I mean, there's some stuff that in it, you know, for Nick and DJ as you go along, that when I was watching it, I thought, oh damn, like that's what's going on. That's crazy, you know, especially under the guise of like it's a cartoon, but it's a hell of a cartoon. So with that, I give it a 4 out of 5.
Yeah, like I said, it had a lot of great plot twists. For me, I'm going to go, I'll say a 3.5, between a 3.5 and a 4. The only issues I had was I wish the fights were a lot longer. And I felt like all the episodes started slow. I think Giron's episode started the quickest. I think that one started the quickest to me. And I'll say, I mean, I wasn't a fan of the intro as well, but that doesn't count towards this. I wasn't a fan of the intro, of the Gamera intro. I don't know how you guys felt about it, but I was
The intro,
like,
okay, yeah. I'll say the song, banger. Love the song, the opening theme. Like, I love that song. The intro itself, come on, guys, you could have done better.
yeah,
Watch the original animation in there. Really does have to show clips from the show. That's so.
yeah. But yeah, I wish the fights were a lot longer. Because the fights were good. They just all happened towards the end of the episode, and then like I said before, it took a little minute for the episodes to really pick up. Because when you get into the first episode or the second episode, it's like really, really good. And then when it starts the next, it's kind of like, you gotta wait. And I was really eager to see what would happen. But overall, this is a really, really good series. Those who are watching, I really, really encourage you to check it out. It's called Gamera Rebirth. If you don't know the name of it, I'm pretty sure all of you do. But in case anybody's watching that don't know about it, it's called Gamera Rebirth, and it's really, really cool. I love the animation. I love the story. I love the monsters. I love the plot twist. And the post-credit scene is awesome. Go ahead, DJ.
In all fairness, the movies were exactly the same way. Nothing really happened until like the last 20 minutes.
Yeah. That's true.
That's most kaiju movies in general.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's like
that you gotta wait until like the 40-minute mark for any kaiju action to show up. And you're like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Finally, they're here and they're gone. Okay, and I gotta wait a little bit longer. Okay,
but what you said about like Godzilla 2014 is very like slow burn.
Oh yeah,
that's kind of a lot of them. A lot of the old ones.
Yeah, exactly.
And because the story was good, it wasn't too big of a gripe. But like when those episodes get really, really good, and then it starts and it's like it just
it like ends on such a good note, and then you're like, okay,
and then you gotta wait until it picks back up to get back to where it was. Trey coming back. He said,
I hate Gamera. I hate Gamera, but I have to say this is
okay.
better than anything else I've seen. Is okay, 3.5. All right, I'll take it.
What about you, Remy?
Take it. Good job. I'm gonna give this a 3.5 too. Same with you, Don. I think this is still a really good anime. I feel like people need to check it out. If you're a kaiju fan or not, I feel like you'll get some fun. I feel like you'll get a lot of enjoyment out of this. Especially us kaiju fans, we have to watch this in case we want to see more of Gamera in the future. Because they said if this is successful, it's going to be season 2, and it's going to be a movie. So watch this so we can get more of Gamera. All right, I don't want to no. Well, give me another freaking 25-year rest for Gamera. Right, I'm not doing that again. All right, I'm not going to wait until I'm freaking 45 and then I'm hearing, oh, Gamera's coming back. Really? Are you serious? But anyway, aside from that, sorry. No, because people are just like, oh yeah, let's go watch it, and they don't watch it, and then nothing happens later. I'm like, well, because you didn't go out.
Well, you're not wrong, Remy, because they did do a Godzilla 2009 that never decided to come out, and behold, it's 2023, and they just decided to revamp it into the new one that's coming out.
Exactly. So watch it anyway. But I thought Gamera, all the kaiju were cool. I'm with Don by saying I thought the kaiju fights were good, but they could have lasted a little longer. Like I felt like the momentum was just starting up with the fights,
right? And
then they would just end. And I'm like, damn it, you were so close. And then some. I also thought sometimes some of the fatalities Gamera did were like a little anticlimactic, like with the squid's name. I forget the squid's name. That giant squid kaiju. What?
Oh, I know you're talking about. I forgot.
Beers. I thought his death was like, and I thought the final kaiju's death was like a little, too. I was like,
you know what? I felt that way about the one with Zigra.
Yeah, I felt that too. I was like, that's it.
Was just like,
I know, but that's again. I'll give them a pass on that one because that's the exact same way he finished him off in the movie back in the day. So it's like maybe that's like a tip of the hat to the original movie. But I thought all the characters were good. It was good seeing Gamera again. I thought the music in the anime was actually really good. Like I love Gamera's entrance theme, like that rock guitar in the background every single time.
yeah.
he shows up. I'm like,
I love that too. Yeah.
that got me jazzed up when he showed up. And like, I will say though, I thought the animation was a lot better and smoother whenever the Kaiju fought, and I thought it was like a little iffy at times when the people were around. I was like, oh, God, because in the background I could just see them like standing still, and just a still frame, and I'm like, move, are you dead or something? Do something. But like, there was a flashback in the show where they showed it in 2D. I was like, oh, this looks great. Why didn't you do it like this? You could have done it in 2D. It would have looked perfect. You could have done 2D with the people and then 3D animation with the Kaiju, like you did for Singer Point, but better and not garbage. Which, anyway, listen to me, Toho. Listen to me, Toho. Listen to me. Get your shit together and start. And give me a Godzilla anime that's good. Give me some Dragon Ball Z level fighting scenes with Godzilla and his fellow Kaiju. All right. None of that bull crap you gave me in Singer Point and the anime trilogy. Got it? Good. You can learn from this anime. Gamera has beat you guys again.
And this is the last we heard of Remy. Just saying.
Don't get me wrong. I'm excited for -1. All right. I'm gonna get my money to see that.
Are.
Remy, calm down. Okay, so +1 for the music thing.
Yeah.
The music was really good.
Yep.
The music was really good.
Gamera's thing was good as well.
Like all of it. I remember when there's like episode 1 where they're over there like in their little hideout, and parts where it got soft. I thought, man, this is really nice guitar music for this. Just like really well thought out, really well done.
I also love the fact in the final episode 2, if you listen to it, they're actually playing the Gamera theme on piano. I was
they were.
I was like listening to it. I'm like, oh shoot, that's the Gamera theme. I'm like, beautiful.
Yeah, I will.
That gives it half a point.
I will say this: the post-credit scene saved the last episode because I was kind of down watching that last episode after I knew what had happened.
Yeah,
and then the post-credit scene does save it. So I'm really curious to see what happens in season 2 and how season 2 starts. And we've reached the 1 hour mark, which means we're going to get ready to close. Those who watched us, those who chimed in, we greatly appreciate it. Thank you. And that anime that we just discussed was called Gamera Rebirth. It is on Netflix. It has 6 episodes. And the episodes are not short. They're about 40 minutes plus, which is really, really good. It doesn't feel rushed. So those who haven't seen it yet, we encourage you to check it out and watch it and get back with us on your thoughts on the anime and let us know who was your favorite characters, favorite monsters, what were some of your dislikes, and some of your favorite moments from the Gamera anime. But I definitely had fun discussing this with the gang as usual. Doris, we thank you for stopping by. We love you. Hope you get the proper rest, and we hope you get well. Pam, Trey, thank you for stopping in. Adrian, thank you for stopping by. Alex, we missed you tonight, but I spoke with you the other day, so it was good hearing from you. And we are the Sci-Fi Nerds. I am Donald.
DJ.
Remy.
Serge.
And we are the Sci-Fi Nerds.
Later.
Well, that was cool.